Here we have a used 2015 Nissan Altima. Now this one comes in the 3.5 SL trim level in Java metallic. And then we have charcoal leather interior. For the powertrain, we do get a 3.5 liter V6, made it to a continuously variable transmission. And this model has a little over 106,000 miles, so we're gonna see how it's held up. To the front end, we do get our HID headlamps along with our halogen fog lights. And I really like these when these first came out. I think it was like 13, 14, something like that. They just look so different and they kind of look neat, but still a little aggressive. So still holds true today. Here we have the 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels. Passive keyless entry on the front. Power mirror controls. We get one-touch automatic up and down windows for the front, regular power windows for the back, power door lock, rear window lock. And then our blind spot monitors right there. We can toggle those blind spot monitors on or off. We have a heated steering wheel toggle there, trunk release, traction control, gas caps locked, and then we have the hood release there. Push pedal parking brake, excuse me. And then we do have a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And then here we have the power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. I'm very impressed by the leather here. It looks almost new, just a very small amount of crease in there. But I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. Let's check out this leg room. But first, big shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Altima. I'll leave a link below in the description. And if you're looking to find the best price on an Altima in your area, just click on that link down below, fill out your information, takes a minute or two, and we'll make sure that we get the dealers in your area fighting to give you that best price. Now, seat room back here overall is pretty good. My head has about half an inch or so of headroom from the top of my hairline to the roof line, so pretty good space for a sedan. And honestly, their legroom is pretty good too for me to be 6'3" with longer legs. Seat back pockets on both sides. We do get rear AC vents here. There's a view of the front from back here. There's a sunroof for the shade up. And then if we fold down this middle seat, we get bottle holders here. And then an interesting spot to put the light. And then grab handle, we can hang a plastic hanger or several metal hanger hooks there. But let's make our way towards the back of the vehicle. There is the gas cap. And as we come around to the rear end, love the spoiler and how the third brake light is integrated there. Nice look. And of course with the 3.5, love having the dual exhaust there. And here we have the trunk area, which is pretty good. We have a netted side pocket there. And then if we lift underneath here, we have access to the spare tire right in there. And then these are to release the actual rear seat if you want to fold that down for either side. So let's see if this is actually working properly today. So not on first look. Yeah, so I'm not getting any luck with that right side. But this happens a lot on these older releases. That's why everyone started to go towards putting them on the actual seat itself. But that side folded down, and you can fold that pretty much flat and it'll allow you to put longer objects through. Your top tethers are up there. And then you have your anchors tucked underneath there. Let's go ahead and make our way towards the front passenger seat. I like that we get power. We don't have the lumbar support, but no big deal. We have a lockable glove compartment here. Owner's manuals are in there. And it's nice that this model is just a little under $11,000 right now. Because I feel like you do get a lot for the money. And there's that 3.5 V6. But I always tell people, check your Carfax if you want to make sure that you're getting the best deal, because a lot of vehicles, especially older ones, how well they hold up has to do with how they were maintained. But we do have the turn signal indicators in the side mirrors. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat next. So leather wrap steering wheel here, and I love the 3-spoke steering wheel. It looks very, very unique and modern. There's the horn there. We do get the Bose sound system here. Hazards there. And then down here we do have our navigation system here. So along with the navigation, the map is there. We can type in addresses and whatnot there. We get AM, FM, XM radio, CD drive, and then we have an aux input and Bluetooth audio there. And then if you hook up your XM traffic, you can use that. And then your settings are in here. You can go through your system settings and change your language, temperature units, so on and so forth. Dual zone automatic climate controls are down here. Backup cameras there, and we do have the guidelines that follow you as you turn the steering wheel so you know where you're going. That's pretty impressive on this Altima, I think. USB-A aux inputs there, 12 volt over here, a little storage down there. And then for the shifter, you grab this lever, reverse neutral drive, and then you have your sport mode there. And then 2-stage heated seats for the front, bottle holders there, center console cubby space, top tray, and then the bottom tray is down here with an additional 12 volt. Sunglasses holder. And impressed we get the LED dome lights here. Then we have a power sliding moon roof. That's one touch, goes all the way back. Then we can close it as well, one touch. But there's a look at the back seat from up here. Our vanity mirrors here. Now back to the steering wheel, blinkers behind on the left side. We have automatic headlamps, and then we have fog light controls as well. And then high beams and flash there. And then we do have our intermittent wiper, so one time off, intermittent low, high. We can adjust that intermittent frequency here and then pull up here for the front wiper fluid. And then you do get somewhat of a manual mode here with these paddle shifters, and this one on the right side is just a tad loose. This left one's all right. So you can use that to kind of shift, if you will. Hit this source button to go through your audio sources. And then you can use this depending on where you are to go through your track list or radio station presets. And then hit this back button and you can go through your sub menus here. Your settings are there, tire pressure monitors, and then volume controls are here, voice recognition, Bluetooth, and then we have our cruise. We turn on or off, set the speed, and then cancel there. Push button starts here. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. And then I did forget to mention, we do get a universal garage door transmitter here in the rear view mirror. If I can adjust that brightness there. Having a little trouble, but 1, 2, 3 right there. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2015 Nissan Altima 3.5 SL out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Altima 3.5, I have the transmission in sport mode now. So it pulls pretty well. And these 3.5s have always been pretty strong just in terms of the output you get. Because this V6 is a pretty powerful engine for a vehicle of this nature, I think. Give it a little pull here. Yeah, it wants to go, especially with it being front wheel drive. It does quite a bit up front. But I'm gonna try the paddle shifters out here. Gonna come around this corner and then we're gonna floor it. So very, very fast. Very impressive. And I'm just glad that with this mileage that nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. You know, a lot of people are scared of the transmissions in these being CVTs, but this one seems to be pretty good shape. Having a little bit of an off-center steering wheel here. Don't know what that is. But I like the sound acoustics in here. It's relatively quiet. Ride quality is good. Just a tad bit of wind noise, but it is windy out right now. Now, I want to give one more thank you to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Altima today. And if you're looking to get one of these in your area, make sure you click on that link down below, fill out the info, let us know what kind of vehicle you're looking for, and we'll make sure to get you that best possible price on an Altima in your area. But this one here, okay, I see what is probably causing that now. I have a low tire pressure sensor. So one of these is probably pretty low on air, and it's probably that one that wasn't showing earlier. But pretty good price here. Again, $11,000 for this. And of course, if you get an extended warranty, that'll kind of hold you up depending on how much you use the vehicle for the next few years. Now, this dealer does offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on used vehicles that are, I believe, 2015 or newer and have less than 100,000 miles. So unfortunately, this just has a little more miles than would be allowed to get that powertrain warranty. But again, seems to have held up pretty nice. It has a few weird lights on. That's probably just something that needs to be cleared. But overall, I like how this rides, like how it drives, and that's with the low tire pressure sensor. So probably would do a bit better in optimal condition. But compared to the Accord, compared to the Camry, the Altima has always, at least in my eyes, been the cheap option to go to. And Nissan kind of prides themselves in having the most budget-friendly lineup. And you can see that in the 24 model Versa, pretty much being the cheapest car you can get right now, under 20 grand in the S trim. The Sentra does very well, gets really good gas mileage, and is in that 25 to 30 grand sweet spot. And S is probably cheaper than that. And the Altima has just been a really good seller, heck, for about as long as I can remember. My dad had a 2001 stick shift special edition, put 200,000 miles on it, but then needed a transmission and then the engine, but he drove his stuff pretty hard, so. And that's really part of what you want to look for when you're looking at a vehicle as well. Big thing is maintenance, but also kind of how it was driven. But mostly maintenance, because that could pretty much hold most things together, even if you drive a car a little hard. But decent car for decent money, probably the best way to put it. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2015 Nissan Altima 3.5 SL.